Hello everyone and welcome back to DLC. Today we are talking about Deconstruction Simulator, a game that on first glance looks like another entry in the endless list of simulator titles. You know the ones: trucking, mowing lawns, power washing. We have seen 1,000 of them. But here's the surprise: Deconstruction Simulator feels a little bit different. It's got that familiar sim rhythm, sure, but the physics are weirdly satisfying. The warehouse management is more fun than it has any right to be, and the overall loop is just enjoyable. It's still very limited by its genre, but it manages to break the mold in some clever ways. But before we get into today's episode, I would like to throw a thanks out to our friends over at Game.Press, Games Incubator and Hypnotic Ants for the free review copy of the game. We really appreciate it. So let's talk about what makes this game work and where it hits the walls and can't quite break through. So at its core, Deconstruction Simulator puts you in the boots of a demolition contractor. You take on jobs when you're hired to tear things down, whether that be old houses, warehouses, office blocks, and then you sort, sell or recycle the materials you recover. But it's not just about smashing stuff as the name suggests. There's a real method to it. You've got to decide what's worth salvaging, how to transport it, where to store it, how to keep your operation profitable. You'll be upgrading your tools, organising your warehouse, planning jobs, and yes, cleaning up your own mess afterwards. The game is a blend of demolition, physics sandbox, and small business management. On paper, it sounds pretty dry, but in practice, it's actually surprisingly fun. The first thing that hit me was how tactile everything feels. You start with really simple tools: a crowbar, a hammer, maybe a saw, and as you swing, hit and pry things apart, there's a weight to it. Walls crumble in layers, pieces splinter off, and debris piles up in a way that just feels right. It's not perfect. Some objects hang mid-air or behave a little too video gamey, but most of the time the physics make the deconstruction genuinely entertaining. There's something almost meditative about pulling a structure apart piece by piece, figuring out how it fits together before it comes down. Once you're done on site, you're not finished. That's where the second half of the game kicks in, getting all that material back to your warehouse and making it make sense. Okay, so this is where Deconstruction Simulator really surprised me: the warehouse management. When I started, I honestly thought this would be the boring part, the spreadsheet side of things. But to be honest, it's kind of great. You've got limited space, awkwardly shaped items, and a van that's never quite big enough for everything you want to bring back. It becomes a little bit of a puzzle game. You rotate furniture, stack beams, figuring out how to pack everything into your van so it fits just right. There's a real sense of accomplishment when you manage to load that van perfectly and nothing shifts or falls during transit. Back at the warehouse, you get to play storekeeper, deciding what to sell, what to repair, what to keep for future contracts. There's a real loop that scratches an itch at games like Power Wash Simulator or House Flipper. You're constantly balancing efficiency, time and profit. There's even a mild business simulation to this layer. You've got costs, like your maintenance, your upgrades, your fuel to worry about. It's really simple, but it's enough to make your decisions matter. Now, that said, this part of the game is not without its frustrations. Sometimes the controls are a little bit finicky, loading the van can get a little bit tedious, and there are moments that have you staring at an object trying to rotate it just right, muttering at your mouse and monitor like, come on, just fit in there. But when it all clicks, it is genuinely fun. It's sort of a calm, methodical satisfaction that's rare in simulation games. One of the nice surprises here is that not every contract is the same. Some jobs are full-scale demolitions, blow it all up, clear it all out and get paid, while others require precision work: remove a single wall but not another, salvage specific items within a house, or preserve valuable materials while clearing everything else. The variety in these missions helps it from getting really repetitive. You have to start thinking strategically. Which tools do you have to bring? Which materials to save? Whether to play it safe or take the riskier, more complex job. The game rewards careful planning. You can take on high-paying, bigger jobs, but they'll eat into your resources fast. Sometimes, like when you start out, it's smarter to take the smaller, safer gigs, and that helps you build up your equipment and your reputation. The variety can only go so far though. After a few hours in the game, repetition will really start to creep in. You'll see the same building types, the same layouts, the same cleanup steps. The novelty of smashing walls will eventually wear thin, and that's where this genre's limits really show. There's only so much you can do with break things, smash them and clean them up. And this is the tricky part. Deconstruction Simulator is really good at what it does, but what it does is still pretty narrow. It's a satisfying game loop, but nonetheless it is still a loop. You're taking jobs, you're selling things, sorting, selling, upgrading, salvaging, selling, upgrading, and then you do it all over again. There's no deeper narrative, no real characters, and there's no surprises to shake things up. Performance can be hit or miss, especially on larger jobs with loads of debris. Sometimes you'll get a slowdown or weird physics glitches that remind you, yeah, this is still a simulator game at heart. And while the business side adds flavour, it doesn't go particularly deep. You're not running a massive company and competing with your rivals. You're mainly just maintaining your balance sheet and slowly improving your tools. But to be fair, that's kind of the point. This game isn't trying to be SimCity. It's trying to take the act of taking something apart, making it feel good, and honestly, in that, it succeeds. So where does this leave Deconstruction Simulator? First things first, it's not revolutionary, but it is refreshingly competent. It takes a really familiar formula, the calm, methodical work of a simulator, but it gives it a spark with the physics and its really satisfying feedback loop. The deconstruction feels good, the warehouse puzzles are engaging, and the rhythm of jobs, upgrades, and small wins makes it easy to lose an afternoon in this game without realising it. That said, it's hugely bound by its genre's limitations. Repetition, lack of depth, and a couple of technical hiccups. If you're someone who typically enjoys simulator games, if you find joy in quiet, methodical tasks and a perfect blend of chaos and order, I think you'll have a really good time with Deconstruction Simulator. But if story, challenge or variety matter to you in a game, I don't think that you'll enjoy this for more than a few hours. For me, I really was surprised how much I enjoyed Deconstruction Simulator and the 6 hours that I put into it. It's solid, surprisingly fun, but it knows what it is. And that's it for today's review of Deconstruction Simulator. Thank you for stopping by in this DLC with me today. Once again, huge thanks to our friends over at Game.Press and the developers Games Incubator and Hypnotic Ants for the free review copy. Make sure you follow us on socials and join our Discord to discuss more about these DLC episodes and reviews, as well as our other shows that we release on a weekly basis. I've been Joey Fitz, and I hope you have a great day.